Hey YouTube, Sandy Frank here. This week's episode of Hobby Talk. This is definitely something I've been thinking about this week. Metazoo Chrome set came out this week. I think to mixed reviews, but it had me thinking about Metazoo, and I wanted to do a video about just the bizarre marketing strategy of Metazoo. And it's frustrating because I really like Metazoo. The Cryptid Nation set, there's a box of it back there, fantastic. Nightfall was a really cool, like a darker themed art set, but still was fun, it was Metazoo. Next came Wilderness. These are some cards from Wilderness. Extremely fun set. More of a lighter type, light-hearted set. The artwork's really fun. These are a couple of the cards from that set, from some of the holos, a Bigfoot and a Cumberland Dragon. As you can see, very fun, upbeat kind of. It had its own little theme, of wilderness. Plus, it had, I feel like that was the peak of Metazoo. It was the Wilderness set. Great art, really cool cards. You had awesome secret rares to chase. You had incredible, these golden tickets that you could possibly pull. It was just, that was the peak of Metazoo. It was such a great set and a great idea. And they did print a ton of it. Don't get me wrong. But as far as look at the card quality, these are PSA 10s. Just phenomenal card quality. Like blows Pokemon card quality out of the water as far as like the card grades and stuff like that. So they're doing a lot of things good. But, they kind of overprinted some stuff and kind of caused some of their boxes to crash down a little bit. The UFO set, which I love, was not received really well. It's kind of confusing. At first I heard they were printing 100,000 boxes of UFO, and I've seen recent info that they may have only printed 50,000 boxes, which is really interesting because the box prices on UFO, that's UFO right back there, UFO has really gone down. But that was a great set. That to me was like the perfect balance of Metazoo. You had some creepy cards in there. You had some really fun cards and just really cool art, great art. Unfortunately, didn't have great secret rares or anything like that, but it did have cards that were in outer space, which you can pull, which is kind of cool. But then they came out with the Seance set, and that set really threw me for a loop. To me, it was way too dark, and I'll show you an example of that here. And what I mean by, if you want to make dark sets in a dark card game, awesome, go for it. But I think the thing that is kind of annoying to me and is very confusing for people out there is they don't really have a sense of direction. For one thing, okay, so this set came out. It's clearly cards marketed for kids. It's a very bright, cheery boxes. This is the blaster box. Got the Loveland Frogman. Really cool, bright, cheery. They are even doing bounties on this, which is kind of cool. I don't know if I'm going to open any or not because the cards just don't look that great to me. But, cool idea. They're not game cards. They're more like the old Topps Pokemon cards where it's just character cards, basically. There's no gameplay. Like, this is a gaming card where you have all the functions of the card, all the different stuff. These, to me, are way cooler. But they're clearly marketed to kids. And they're coming out with a cartoon, to get kids excited about Metazoo. They're doing comic books. They have a bunch of attention going to that, but yet putting out sets like Seance just doesn't make... It seems like It just doesn't make sense to me. Seance, you have to be a really big Metazoo fan to like a set like Wilderness and a set like Seance. Now I'll show you why. Here's some Seance cards. Now this part of the video, I mean, it's dumb to have a video about something that's kind of being geared toward kids, like the Metazoo cartoons and stuff like that, and the books and the comic books, and yet have to say these images may be disturbing. And I think parents, honestly, should be aware of the full picture of Metazoo. And maybe that's why I wanted to do this video, because it seems like almost like Metazoo is trying to dress themselves up as a kids game when it really is not. And here is evidence, submission A for maybe this game isn't really for kids, and why are you trying to maybe market yourself as a kids game. Okay, so these are some cards from the Seance set. Okay, as you can see, very disturbing art. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Metazoo art. I'm not saying I think the art of this set is bad. I think it's really good, well done, and very much this is a very themed set, and they've definitely stuck with the dark theme. In fact, the creator, Michael Waddell, when he was talking about Seance, he kept wanting them to go darker and darker and darker, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And like I said, these cards are definitely disturbing. All right, so we got Scry by Fire. We have a Burning Effigy token. You know, yeah, it's kind of disturbing, but this is more, you know, this is more Metazoo dark type card that people were used to. We got Bonaventure Cemetery. Yeah, kind of dark. You got blood. You got but it's, again, I mean, that's a great art there, by the way, by Poncho. But, you know, it's a pretty dark card for a game that is being, you know, kind of marketed towards kids right now. You got the Flame Aura. That's kind of cool. Got some scary imagery in there. You've got the Talking Board. Yeah, no thank you. You've got Bone Token. Yeah, that takes it up another notch of bloody, scary imagery there. Then you have Demonic Evocation. I almost feel like this video is going to set your TV on fire when you talk about cards like this. But hey, take a look at some of the this attack there. Yeah. Okay. There's darker cards still that we haven't looked at. We got the Black Mass. Very scary. A little disturbing there. You have Permanent Possession. If that artwork doesn't give you a nightmare, I don't know what will. Not criticizing the art, I just think it's strange you're marketing this to kids. You've got Burn Across Ghost. Yeah, pretty scary. And Satanic Cultist Token. Here, kids, let's play Metazoo. And trust me when I tell you, there are way darker cards in this set that I will never show on the channel. Just insane. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. On one hand, you're marketing your game towards kids with bright, cheerful, fun stuff, and you know, fun sets like this that don't have really any type of you know, disagreeable things for parents to have kids play. Very fun, like Wilderness. And then you have a set that comes along like Seance that it's scary. I'm not gonna lie, the artwork in that game, that set is scary, and I don't open that product. Definitely not on YouTube and where kids might see it. That's why I'm saying the content in this video is way more disturbing than my normal videos. But And then you have like this set that just came out, the Metazoo Topps Chrome set, which looks like a little kitty game, like a 5-year-old game. The artwork's done very simplistic, and it is definitely made to appeal to children. But if you take a nice close look at the face of Piazza Bird here, this to me is a great picture, because that is definitely speaks to me as far as what Metazoo kind of is. That's an evil looking face on that that Piazza Bird, and this is, in a playful kid-like box. Maybe that's what the whole point of Metazoo is to, like, hey, look, we got a kids game, but man, is it for adults. But to me, that's kind of weird. But I wish they wouldn't have done a set like Seance, because I think that was probably a death knell to the game, because it's just so strange that they would put out a set like that after building up, a pretty good fan base and had a lot of momentum going, and then to just basically drop off a cliff with that set. And it really makes me question the direction of the game. But the native set's coming out. It seems to be more, in like the, maybe not wilderness, more like in the Cryptid Nation vein, a nice balanced set. But I'm sure the artwork is going to be amazing. I'm really excited to see it, but I just don't understand really what Metazoo is doing. I think it hurts them big time when they try to market things towards hey, this is a little kids game, and yet on the other hand, they're putting out sets that are really very unkid-like. Which, you want to put out sets like that? Like I said, be my guest. But it just seems strange to try to mix those two worlds. Little kids with really dark things. And I think parents need to see that, be careful what Metazoo products you're buying for your kids to play with. Because, I think they need to know. I think parents should know these things. Oh, here's a wilderness box. This as far as, like, if you're a parent and you want to buy, your kids want Metazoo stuff, buy them this. They could pull a golden ticket, for crying out loud. They could get thousands of dollars worth of a card called the Green Man. There's only made 100 copies of it. And as you can see, very light, very fun, thematic. You can get some really cool cards. It even has unicorns in it. So buy sets like that, and maybe look into some other sets and see if, like, oh man, maybe I don't want my little Johnny conjuring up the devil in the middle of my house during one of these games. Anyway, what do you guys think? That's the important thing. I don't know why I was thinking about Metazoo so much this week, but maybe it's because this stuff came out, and like I said, that is big news. There's some big bounties on some of the superfractors. Like if you pull a superfractor of this card, the Mothman superfractor, I think Steve Aoki's offering $30,000 bounty for that card, and I think Mike Waddell is offering a $10,000 bounty on his superfractor, because there's like a creator insert set that there's a superfractor of. And I think there's a Mike Waddell card. So there's been a lot of buzz about Metazoo, and you know what? I do think if they do things right and market themselves properly, they could make it. But man, I wish they'd get away from trying to. They're putting energy into making themselves seem like a kid's game when they're not. That's the part of Metazoo that kind of disturbs me about the direction that they're trying to go, because I don't get it. What do you guys think? Do you have any problem with any Metazoo stuff that's come out? Have you loved it? Have you hated it? You think it's trash? Some people hate the art. I think the art's really cool. I don't especially like the art on the Chrome set or the top sets, but as far as the art on the cards themselves, it looks amazing, and they've actually done a really quality job of making cards. It's just strange marketing decisions, and I know this video is probably gonna get hate liked like a million by the Metazoo, backers out there, because it's not, this video probably isn't going to come off as super positive for Metazoo. And if you're not super positive for Metazoo, then you're the enemy. But anyway, I love Metazoo. I'm going to continue to collect it, but I'm just going to be, a little choosy on which sets I take in and enjoy, and which sets I try to avoid. But there's no doubt about it. The artwork is really cool. Card quality, top notch. I just wish they'd get away from this marketing to kids type stuff, when I don't think it belongs in Metazoo. What do you guys think? Put it in the comments. Thank you for watching Hobby Talk, and we'll talk to you later.